Lieutenant Governor Roach, Pastor Desmond James, President of the North Caribbean Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Mrs. Jolene Joseph, Education Director of the North Caribbean Conference of the Seventh-day Adventists, esteemed pastors, Principal Renee Hodge, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, guests, and most importantly, the class of 2025. I bid you good afternoon. My name is Caitlin Sparky, and I am honored to stand before you today as the Valedictorian of the graduating class of 2025. Throughout my years at this school, I've collected a variety of nicknames: Kate Bishop, Katie Kate, Katie Cat, Callie, Katrina, Rapunzel, and more. I'll miss hearing them echo through the halls. First and foremost, I thank God for bringing me through the highs and lows of high school. He has been my anchor in every storm, reminding me to keep pushing forward. And now, I can finally say it is done. When I first joined this school in second grade, I was extremely shy. So shy. I often stayed in a corner, hiding from everyone. But once that shell cracked open, I blossomed into someone caring, loving, and helpful. Seeing how much I've grown from a quiet little girl to the confident young woman standing before you today honestly amazes me. Back then, I believe I had all the time in the world before high school. Then suddenly, I was in that gold gown being promoted. And now, I'm here delivering this speech as top of my class. High school has not been easy. There were many late nights filled with studying and finishing assignments. It was stressful, but with the help of my classmates, my parents, and especially my sister, I made it through. Despite every challenge, I stayed focused and kept going, through the grace of God. High school taught me that obstacles are part of life, and they will try to slow you down. But here I am, proof that they do not have to stop you. Now, I'll be honest. My classmates might be laughing at that last part. Why? Because I'm also known as the movie ranger. During free periods, I could usually be found in a classroom with a fan blowing, watching something. I even have a prom award that reads 37 hours of Netflix and still pass the finals. I once had a binge watching competition with Temple to see who could finish a series first. To my surprise and hers, she beat me. Yes, she bragged. And yes, I let it slide. But this once, so enjoy it while it lasts, Temple. Although waking up every morning wasn't easy, I found purpose in showing up each day. I never took the opportunity for granted. Not everyone gets the chance to pursue education. Every morning I wake up, I remember that some didn't, and I thank God for the breath in my lungs. One of my favorite Bible verses, taught to me by my 5th grade homeroom teacher, Mrs. Lando, is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That verse has followed me through every test, every challenge, and every late night. To be frank, public speaking isn't my niche. When Ms. Soames told me I was valedictorian, I teared up, not just from joy, but the realization that I had to write another essay. And now, here I am, delivering this speech and striving to keep the tears at bay. To all who've played a part in shaping who I am today, thank you. To my past homeroom teachers, Mrs. Ambrose, Mrs. Alcock, Ms. George, and former Principal Dr. Brown, thank you for the lessons and guidance before your departure. Principal Hodge, I am grateful for the 3 years under your leadership. Whether helping in the library with Temple and Esther or handing out papers to teachers, it was always a pleasure. Ms. Cricky, you probably didn't expect to be mentioned, but I'll miss spending my free time in your office. You were blessed with my presence daily. You're welcome. Ms. Mitchell and Ms. Steinbergen, Though you joined recently, your warm smiles truly brightened my day. Miss Soames, even if I came to your office too often, whether for community service forms or printing, I appreciate every moment. I love you for putting up with me. Miss Hodge, the custodian, you've been there since before I arrived. You always looked out for students and lent your help whenever needed. I love you for your care and encouragement. Miss LeBlanc, the custodian, your hugs and kind words have stayed with me and always will. My homeroom teacher, Miss Marie, thank you for being a constant support. From the meals you bring for hungry students to the motivational videos you send each morning, your compassion never went unnoticed. To all my teachers, thank you. Whether it was solving tricky math problems or writing term papers in English, your efforts prepared me for the road ahead. Miss Rogers, if you're here, thank you especially. When I used to arrive at school at 6:30 a.m., you stayed by my side until my friends arrived. I'll never forget that. To my family, you've been my foundation. Mom, Dad, Samantha, please stand. Mom and Dad. Ooh. Mom and Dad, you raised me in the light of God and taught me that I always have a Heavenly Father to turn to. You comforted me during every breakdown and stayed up late to help. I made every sacrifice every day to ensure I had the best. I love you deeply and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Samantha, you might hate me for this, you might hate me for saying this in public, but I love you. You've dealt with me since you were two, and you're still here. Since you left for UVI, the house feels emptier. I miss our talks, even the ones that led to declined calls. No one could ever take your place. Getting to know our friends, getting to know your friends and becoming part of your world has been the gift, and I always will cherish it. Brother Bastion, thank you for taking me to and from school every day, rain or shine. You never let me down. You may be seated. Now, allow me the privilege to introduce the unforgettable, one of a kind class of 2025. Temple, the person I call Shakira. Always breaking into song and my benching partner. Talented in hand whistling, still don't know how she does it. Naomi, always laughing and offering me hairstyle advice. Even when teachers were scolding us, she was there, grinning. Kwame, quiet and wise, always reading, journaling, or sharing random facts. Amali, if she disagrees, be ready for debate. She teases me about my hair, calling it her bundles. Chris, Mr. Uber driver, DJ, and talker. If you need a ride, he's your guy. If music was needed for a function, you would hear him to the side saying, "Hey yo, check me, Batman Productions, I could run myself." Rosalie, spontaneous and cheerful. Left us early for UVI, but is always in our hearts. Kizaria, our singer. She belts it out even when nobody asks, but we love her for it. Don't worry, Kizaria, you could even become the next Ariana Grande. Rosalinda, the late arriver, but always there for listening air and uplifting words. Esther, the sleeper, puts her head down any chance she gets, but still offers snacks when someone's hungry. Alicia, my best friend and the queen of laughing tears. If a joke was said, 2 seconds later, she's already in tears. Tripping over air, walking on the flat hall, you will see her stumble, but still laughs it off. We've had our ups and downs, but they've only drawn us closer. Rhonda, known for her random animal noises and whistling. Just follow the sound and you'll find her. Even in a quiet room, she would make little noises to fill the silence. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the ambitious class, a notable class, an outstanding class, a meticulous class, an assertive class, a loving class, an outgoing class, a unique class, and a special class. We are the anomalous class of 2025. We may face uncertainties ahead, but we will go further with confidence, knowing who we are and whose we are. Finally, to the upcoming seniors, support each other, be a helping hand when it's needed. The road gets bumpy, but with focus, you'll make it. To Ranim and Esther, or as I call you, Rebecca and Elizabeth, I didn't forget you. Ranim, maybe I'll give you a claw tip to keep with you. Esther, you already slipped away with a scrunchie, so keep it close. I love you both. To everyone who played a role in my life, big or small, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Congratulations to the class of 2025. I love you and I will miss you deeply.
The Honorable Lieutenant Governor Tregenza A. Roach. Lieutenant Governor Tregenza Roach is a proud Virgin Islander who has served the people of this territory in each branch of government. Most recently, he completed his third term as a senator in the legislature of the Virgin Islands. Lieutenant Governor Roach graduated from the Charlotte Amalie High School and attended the College of the Virgin Islands. As a Holstein Lewis Scholar, transferring to the University of Missouri Columbia to earn a Bachelor of Journalism in 1981. As a product of the public schools of the Virgin Islands, he is immensely proud to have authored legislation to provide tuition-free admission to the University of the Virgin Islands. He launched his journalism career as a reporter for the Virgin Islands Daily News, rising to the position of news editor in the proud tradition of the Virgin Islands. Virgin Islanders J. Antonio Jarvis and Aria Melchior. Soon thereafter, he enrolled in the University of Connecticut School of Law, from which he earned a Juris Doctorate degree in 1989. A renowned poet, scholar, and author, Lieutenant Governor Roach has published in regional, national, and international journals. He recently published his first book for children, The Lesson Box, which joins his other publications, The Blessings of Rain, and Other Poems, and All This Is Love, a collection of Virgin Islands poetry, art, and prose. Lieutenant Governor Roach lives on St. Thomas, where he can often be found spending quality time with his many relatives and friends throughout the territory.
Thank you, Mr. Sobrati. That's what it is? Oh, I'm so sorry. Mr. Desire. Crystal Vance? Thank you for that introduction. I probably do need glasses after all. I want to say a pleasant good evening to Pastor Desmond James, to our Education Director, Ms. Jareen Joseph, to all of the clergy who are present, to our principal, Ms. Renee Hodge, to the staff and faculty of the St. Thomas St. John Seventh-day Adventist School, to all of the parents, guardians, family members, friends of this illustrious group of graduates, the class of 2025, and all you Virgin Islanders who have joined them to celebrate their victory. I want to first speak to the class because I am totally taken in by your enthusiasm. You're more enthusiastic than 12 times 12 your number. And I want to really observe the character that I see in these young people. When I listen to the Salutatorian and when I listen to the Valedictorian speak about each member of their class, right? I thought back to my class and to what often happens when young people are thrown together in an atmosphere that is oftentimes very competitive. And sometimes it affects their ability to form friendships because they are competing against one another. So I don't want us to miss it, that when these young people emerge and they can speak so well of one another, that they have studied each other sufficiently to speak of their good traits and of their humorous character, it is something that we should all be proud of. We should be proud of this school for producing these graduates, and we should be proud of their teachers and all the people under whose influence they fall when they come to this school for education. I think that is an absolutely beautiful thing. Thank you. I also want to just observe, when Principal Hodge began her address, she mentioned the 45th anniversary of the graduating classes, and just recently we celebrated the 75th anniversary of the school. So that's a difference of, 30 years, right? And when you start a school, you don't graduate the first class the year you start, so there is some difference in the number. But I want to also share with you that you are a part of a very, very large group of persons who have an affiliation with the school. Because when the school just began, it did not go to 12th grade. And that happened over time. So as an example, I attended the school in my early years of education, beginning in the 3rd grade. And lots of us who were there at the time left and went to the public schools of the Virgin Islands and became graduates of the Charlotte Amalia High School and the Ivana Yodori Ken High School. So we are alumni of the school, even though we may not have a graduating class of the school. And that just illustrates that there are lots and lots of people out there in our community who attended this school, who are proud of the fact that they attended this school, but who did not necessarily graduate from the school. And so you are a part of this wonderful group of people who have been affected by this school. I wanted to share that I was a little late in coming this afternoon, and when Principal Hodge asked me quite a few months ago, I think at least 3 months ago, she asked me if I would be the speaker at the graduation, and of course I said yes, because I love graduations. I love this enthusiasm as young people are beginning to take off into the other chapter of their future. But in between the time when she asked me and now, we got an invitation as a government to attend a United Nations conference in a place that you cross the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean to get to, called Timor-Leste. Most people would not even have heard of it because it did not become an independent country until 2002. And to get to Timor-Leste, I traveled 25, the governor asked me if I would go because I had spoken to the United Nations on previous occasions. But to get there, I traveled 25 hours, and I began my travel sometime yesterday to come back. So I traveled from Timor-Leste to Indonesia, from Indonesia to Hong Kong to New York, and New York to St. Thomas. I think it took 2 days. The longest flight being 15 hours from Hong Kong to New York. But the first piece of what I want to share with you is about how you keep your word. when you say to somebody that you will do a thing, as I said to our principal that I would be here, I went from the airport, home, here. So I really, really wanted to be here this afternoon, and out of that, to share with you one of my first thoughts about success. And you know, we talk about this success thing, it's in your motto, but success isn't a destination, right? You succeed and then you stop. Success is like a lifelong experience. And everywhere on that journey, you have an opportunity to fail, you have an opportunity to succeed, but each point on that journey, it's a decision that you make. And one of the things that I think is so important is when you share your word with somebody, you keep it, that your word is impeccable. At least you intend it, right? When you say a thing, your intention is to keep it, is to live, is to abide by it. And so that is why I felt it's so important to come and be here with you this afternoon. Because you are products of Christian education, because that for me was one of the most beautiful things about this school, because I consider myself a very spiritual person. And people will ask me if I'm an Adventist. When they hear that I attended the Seventh-day Adventist school, the first thing that they will say is, are you an Adventist? And I say to them, no, but I have a wonderful Adventist family, and I was very privileged to be welcomed into the Adventist community because I did not just go to school, but I went to church on Saturdays. My friends would ask if I could come with them, and my parents would say, of course you can go. And so that experience I value and I treasure to this day. And so I wanted to share a Bible verse that I think is so important and so critical in my life, and I want you to observe it and to be aware of it. It's Proverbs 18, verse 21, a very simple verse. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, right? And some people think that, they say that, but they don't know how important it is. They don't underscore how important it is. That death and life are in the power of the tongue. And you have the power to speak success and positive things into your life every single moment. Every single moment that you live, you have an opportunity to proclaim life, to proclaim success. And that is so vital. We listen sometimes to in our community, and all we hear is what we don't have. All we hear is what somebody else doesn't do, or this other person doesn't do. We have to abandon that, and we have to speak positive thought and positive energy into everything that we want to succeed, into the lives of our children, into the lives of the men and women of this community, to always speak power into their lives. And when I was a child, I made a very, very important decision that I would be successful, that I would love myself, and that I would always believe that things were going to work out. When I came here as a child from St. Kitts at the age of 8, I was in school for 10 years. When I graduated at the age of 18, I didn't have a green card. I was number 7 in like 400 students in our class, and I was applying to schools everywhere, and they were accepting me, but they said you had to pay. You didn't qualify for any financial aid because you were not a permanent resident. And my parents marched me down to UVI. I enrolled that first year. In 2 years, a green card came, and then I transferred because UVI did not have my major. If I had not envisioned myself as a boy to a person who would become successful, to imagine me today going to the United Nations to represent the Virgin Islands, right? To believe in that success, and I want to share with you just because I want you to take something from this experience of me going there as well. One of the reasons why we were invited to go is that the United Nations identifies the Virgin Islands as a place that is not self-governing. And it identifies this place as that because, one, this was a place that was bought. It was sold by Denmark to the United States for money, for gold, with people on it, like you and me, black people, who did not have a vote. They had no choice. The people in Denmark who owned the territory, they voted to sell it. And the people who were living here did not have a say. And even when it was sold, for 10 years, there was no citizenship given to the people of the territory. And when it was given conditionally, because you should know that this is a place that's called an unincorporated territory of the United States. And it means three very big things. One, the United States Constitution does not fully apply here. We think it does, but it does not. The only provisions of the Constitution that are applicable here are the ones that Congress decides are applicable. That's number one. Number two, in the same Congress, we have no voting representation. We do not have a voting delegate to Congress. And number three, we do not vote for the leadership of this country. And so our argument to the United Nations is, until we make this vote of self-determination, whether we are independent, whether we are fully integrated into the United States, that our citizenship should not be second to any other person who is a citizen of this country. And that was the argument that I had to make to the United Nations. So I wanted to share with you all of what was occurring, and I was thinking about what I would say to this class this afternoon. In your motto, or one of your statements, you talk about success. And again, I want you to envision success as a lifetime. The same way learning is a lifetime. Every single day that you are alive, there's an opportunity to learn. Learning doesn't stop. It doesn't stop with a high school diploma. It doesn't stop with a bachelor's degree. It doesn't stop with a master's. It doesn't stop with a PhD, right? And it does not even matter if you don't have any of those papers. Because the person who cleans the office, the person who sweeps, the person who serves you lunch, each of those persons is a source of wisdom. And from each of those persons, you can learn. So success has to take in all of that. Because it was only when I was in law school and we had to do a project. And the project that I chose was about communal justice, how people in a society can enforce justice among themselves. Is when I reflected on my grandmother. Because when all of her children began to migrate out of St. Kitts and to England and to St. Croix and St. Thomas, she was left with the little children. We were with her until they could send for us. So at one time, my grandmother had maybe about 9 of us in the house. And what she would do is she had Fridays were her, that was her day. And she would go to court. She would dress up. The magistrate would come into Sandy Point, and my grandmother would go sit and listen to all the cases, and then come out and talk about things like malice aforethought and this kind of stuff. And it was when I was in law school that I said to myself, my grandmother couldn't read. It was only then it dawned on me. A full adult is when I realized that my grandmother couldn't read. But why it didn't matter is because she had so much wisdom. Now whether she could read or write was unimportant. And so I ask you to consider that when you think about learning and about success, number one, and number two, learn too from the failures of other people. When people make mistakes, you don't have to come behind them and make the same mistake. You look at what is going around, what is going on, and you take guidance. Somebody who makes an error, you say, you know what? I could fix that. I won't repeat the same error, right? It is so absolutely important that you, lifelong learning, take it as a principle, and also how you can learn from the successes and from the failures of other people. You do not have to repeat the mistakes that others have. And when we come to these graduation ceremonies, people are just trying to take their lives, extract from their lives what they think could be useful, and sharing it with you that you might go further. And you don't have to start over from where we began. You can just take the lessons and move forward. And I love the part that you say that you are a masterpiece. I love that. Because I believe that God created each and every one of us perfect. That God created each and every one of us perfect. And it's our challenge to live up to that perfection. To live in a world where if we believe in God, if we believe in Jesus Christ, then we do the work of God and Jesus Christ by doing good things in our community. Just as I attended the Seventh-day Adventist Church, I sometimes attend the synagogue. And one time the rabbi said, in some synagogue that I was in, that the person should be a prayer. A prayer is not just a thing you say. A prayer is a thing that you are. A prayer is a way to be. And if you want good to occur in the universe, in the world that you live, you must be that prayer. You must be that example of living good and doing good for other people and for one another. So I end, as I began, by saying how incredibly proud I am of you, how privileged I feel to have been invited to share a few words with you, to get to wish you the absolute best in your future, and to say to you, lastly, that that masterpiece that you are, you must treasure your life, treasure yourself, and make good decisions every single day, because we want to be here to celebrate you again and again. God bless each and every one of you. God bless the school. God bless our home with beautiful Virgin Mary. Thank you.
Protocol already being established. Good afternoon, all. I would like to ask Lieutenant Governor Roach to please come forward. On behalf of the anomalous class of 2025, I would like to thank you for your words of encouragement and wisdom to us. We are grateful for your lines. Personally, for me, I got plenty from your speech. And bear with me, because I'm going to tell you all of them, because I think that they are important to not just us as a graduating class, but to everyone here as well. The first thing I got was us being able to mesh in different academic spaces, because you mentioned that, sometimes when children are in an academic space, they tend to compete, but our class was able to mesh and not really fight with each other for these positions. And when our classmates came out when Caitlin became our valedictorian, Alicia our valedictorian, we supported them, and that is something that is really great for us to be
Another thing that you mentioned is us being part of a larger alumni body or community. And that, for me, that translated to us being part of a community of which that we can turn to for support when we go out into the world. We'll have some place to fall back on. We'll have somebody to go to and be like, if we need help with something, we can go to him. And it's like, oh, you can go to so and so and so. So that I truly thank you for mentioning that. Another thing that you mentioned that we all often forget sometimes is that success is a journey, not a destination. Sometimes people think that like when you get here, that's it. For example, when you get to here, graduating, that's it. But then after that, you look around and it's like, what do you do now? Because you've got to this point that you want to be at, and then you look around and it's like, now what do I do? But you have to keep going, you have to keep learning, you have to keep pushing forward, making friends, making connections with people throughout life. It doesn't matter whether you reach where you want to be or not, you just have to go and you have to work still, but you get what I'm trying to say. Another thing mentioned to us is to always keep our word. When we make promises to people, try our very best to fulfill these promises. And that is something that I personally feel that translates to becoming a person of integrity. Because you won't want to say, I'm going to do this, and then you turn around, and when people need you, you're not there. So you reminded us to always try to keep our word. And I will tell you now, when you tell people that you're going to do something and you're not able to do it, let them know, so that way that does not mar your character. Another thing you mentioned was Proverbs 8:21, I believe. Watch what you say, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. We may not always see it, but what we say becomes what we do, it becomes us, what we say. So we have to watch what we say before we call down something bad on us. We need to watch what we say about ourselves, about others, always uplift others and uplift God. We said to seek success. That is our motto. Hard work leads to success. Hard work, not just hard work, but smart work also leads to success. You told us to learn from others' failures. You told us to uphold God's standard of perfection. And that, at the end of the day, that is all we are here to do. Because God created us in His image. And because of sin, we can't always live up to it, but we have to try our best to live up to it. He told us that every day is an opportunity, and it is. Despite the mistakes we made yesterday, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, when we wake up in the morning, we have an opportunity to try again, to continue to find new ways to get to where we want to be, and also help others along the way. You told us to be the change that we want to see, to live the prayer. And personally, sometimes I also, sometimes we all point out the things that we see wrong. I do that sometimes. And we forget that we can make the change. In the words of Michael Jackson, take a look at yourself and make the change. Be the change that you want to see. Be reminded of that. And I thank you. And lastly, you told us to treasure ourselves. You told us to treasure ourselves. And sometimes we get lost in this pursuit for success. And we forget that when we fail, we see that as something bad. But we forget that we are treasures. Despite the mistakes that we make, there's always a chance to start over. There's always a chance to find a new way. And it doesn't lessen our worth. Despite the mistakes we've made, we are still treasured. God still treasures us. He reminded us of that. And I want to thank you for that, Lieutenant Governor. So on behalf of the inaugural class of 2025, myself, and I'm pretty sure some others here as well, because I'm pretty sure everyone here has gained something from your speech, I would like to present you with this token of our appreciation.
express my deepest gratitude to the teachers, faculty, staff, parents, and all the amazing supporters who have guided and encouraged us throughout our academic journey. Your dedication, patience, and belief in us have shaped us to who we are today. Every lesson taught, every word of encouragement, and every act of kindness has left a lasting impact on our lives. As we graduate and move forward, we carry with us the valuable lessons and support that each of you have provided. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for being a part of this journey and for helping us achieve this milestone. Class of 2025, you can now take 3 flowers from the box to give out.
soon people come home.
That's so funny.
Who are you dressed as? All right, kids area. Period. Alicia, Rhonda. Amali. Oh, should have moved.
With the senior class of 2025, stand please. Mrs. Jareen Joseph. Ms. Joseph, I'd like to present to you the class of 2025 of the St. Thomas St. John Seventh Adventist School as having met the requirements set forth for graduation from high school.
Mrs. Sones, on behalf of the Office of Education of the North Caribbean Conference, I'm pleased to accept the graduating class 2025 of the St. Thomas St. John Seventh Adventist School. I'm confident that they have successfully accomplished the prescribed curriculum by the Virgin Islands Department of Education, the North Caribbean Conference Department of Education, and the worldwide education system of the Seventh Adventist Church. and they are deserving of their high school diploma. Congratulations, class of 2025.
As I call your name, please come forward. We'll be at the platform. Temple Ari Baptist. Of individuals who believed in the transformative power of education. They each instilled in individuals, young and old, an appreciation for learning and higher education. Oretha and Joseph Griffin lived their lives in service to God and others in their community. This scholarship is intended to support a student whose educational achievements and community service are aligned with the life and legacy of Oretha and Joseph Griffin. The 2025 recipient of this award has maintained excellent scores throughout her high school years of education and has been actively involved in community and has a desire to make a meaningful impact in the local community as a result of her education. The sponsors of the Oretha and Joseph Griffin Educational Scholarship are honored to award $1,500 to the 2025 recipient, Temple Ari Baptist. Temple also receives the University Bound the Thomas Skelton Stout Scholarship recipient for 2025, Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Work in Bible, English, and Pre-Calculus. She's the National Honor Society member 2023 to 25. She volunteered at Paradise Jam 2022 to 24, and she also volunteered on the mission trip to Panama, South America last summer. Temple Ari Baptist. Later this summer, and she intends to be a medical technician. She graduates with honors. She received the academic Quemaine Bell. Quemaine wants to be a specialist carpenter. He'll be attending the Ralph Weekly Center in the fall. He's the student council president 2024-25. He's an outstanding athlete. He volunteered at UBI Paradise Jam tournaments 23 to 24. He's took part in the FFA club community and school activities, and the St. Thomas St. John Seventh-day Adventist School special activities. For Maine, there. Amali will be attending Oakwood in the fall. She intends to make her intended majors a BS in political science, and of course Amali wants to be a criminal justice lawyer. She receives the North Caribbean Conference of Seventh-day Adventist Department of Education Bible Award 2025, the NCC, which is the same thing, English Award 2025, the Philadelphia SDA Church Membership Award 2025, the Esther and Joseph Riera Award 2025, Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Performance in English and Physics. She's an honorary student in design as well. The National Society member from 2020 to 2025, and she graduates with honors. The Community Philadelphia State Church of Program for Participant 2024. Participated in the Civics Bowl 2024. She's an FFA chapter secretary for this school year. She participates in the Adventist Youth Drum Corps, and she's a student council secretary for this school year. She also volunteered at UBI Paradise Jam tournaments, the Philadelphia Seventh-day Adventist Church Vacation Bible School programs, and she volunteered at the Lebanon SDA Church Community Service Department in New York. Amari Kitty. Chris Lovins Desire. If your car needs fixing, here's your man. He wants to be the best automobile mechanic there is. Okay? He received the St. Thomas St. John Seventh-day Adventist School Counseling Department Community Service Award 2025. And he's also a member of the Drum Corps. He volunteered at UBI Paradise Jam tournaments 22 to 24. He volunteered in the FFA Community Services projects and at DKS Performance St. Thomas. Rosalie Faulkner. Rosalie will be attending Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri in this fall 2025. Her intended majors are BS in political science, and her goal is to be a lawyer. As stated, she was an early admission student to UBI 2024-25. She's a National Honor Society member, 23 to 25. She graduates with honors. From Washington University, she has been awarded an $86,000 renewable scholarship. She's on the Dean's list at UBI for this year. She was the best oralist in the 2024 VI Moot Court competition, the best impromptu speech at the Caribbean Union Talent Parade in 2024. She volunteered at the Humane Society of St. Thomas, Kids Kitchen, VI Justice Initiative, Annual Pumpkin Patch DFG Community Impact Foundation of the Virgin Islands. Ms. Rosalie Fortin. Kizaria George. Okay. Kizaria will be attending the University of the Virgin Islands this fall. She intends to pursue a BS in nursing, and as you can see, she's jumping. She wants to be a travel nurse. Okay, she's an National Honor Society member, 2023 to 25. She graduates with honors. She received Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Performance in Physics 12. She's an FFA member, and she has participated in the outreach programs. She volunteered at the UBI Paradise Tournaments 2023, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency Summer Youth Program in New Jersey in 2023, and the Elite Events Incorporation in St. Thomas. Kizaria George. Rosalinda Norman. Rosalinda will also be going to the U.S. Armed Forces this fall. She received the Philadelphia SDA Church Membership Award 2025, the Esther and Joseph Riera Award 2025. She's a FFA club member. She volunteered at Paradise Jam 2023, Boost Mobile, St. Thomas. Miss Noah Miller. Esther will be attending the University of the Virgin Islands this fall. Her intended majors are BS in Psychology and Criminal Justice. A bonus of the psychology. She received the SDA Church Membership Award 2025, graduates with honors. We also got Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Performance in 2025. Her community involvement started as a teacher, racing member, the school choir, sang with 10 to 12, tracking English to run 12 grade kids, and the three basic skills. She was a blossom in the WPI school. She volunteered at Paradise Jam, UPI South and the Superior Court of the United States Division, and the County United States Law Office. Alicia Robinson. Tallahassee, Florida. This fall, her intended majors in BS in veterinary science, and she wants to be a veterinarian. She's the salutatorian of the present class of 2025. She receives the VI Joint Boards of Education Salutatorian Award 2025, the VI Legislative 4-year Salutatorian Scholarship to UVI, the NCC Department of Education Salutatorian Award 2025, NCC's Department of Education Science Award 2025, St. Thomas East End Lions Club Award 2025, Shiloh SDA Church Membership Award, Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Performance in English and Pre-Calculus, grades 12. Honor Roll student, grades 9 through 12, graduates with honors, National Honor Society member, 23 to 25, and FFA club member. She volunteered at UVI Paradise Jam Tournaments 23 and Shiloh SDA Church Youth Street Beat Feed the Homeless campaign member. She is. Alicia. Miss Caitlin Sabrati. Caitlin will be attending the Ralph Weekly Center in the fall. She wants to do a BS in cosmetology. Her goal is to be a cosmetologist. She's the valedictorian of the present class of 2025. She receives the Joint Boards of Education Valedictorian Award 2025, the VI Legislative 4-year Valedictorian Scholarship to UVI 2025, NCC's Department of Education Valedictorian Award, NCC Department of Education Mathematics Award 2025, Shiloh SDA Church Membership Award, Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Performance in English and Pre-Calculus, grade 12, honor roll student, grade 9 through 12. She graduates with honors and she's a member of the National Honor Society since 2023. She also participates in Shiloh Estate Church Street Beat Youth Feed the Homeless program. She volunteered at UVI National Paradise 3 and at Megan's Bay Junction. Miss Caitlin Subra. Randa intends to attend the University of the Virgin Islands this fall. Her intended majors are BS in Criminal Justice. She wants to be a crime scene investigator. She receives the Philadelphia SDA Church Membership Award, the Esther and Joseph Award 2025, Academic Excellence Award for Outstanding Performance in grade 12 English. She was the student of the month. She earned the first place in the school science field. She volunteered at the Office of the Congressman Stacy Basket, GRS, University Services, Church Persian and the Paradise Jam, Tournaments, Music, and the Institutions, students are accepted to the University of the Virgin Islands, Oakwood Adventist University, Tallahassee State College, Raphael O. Weekly Center, Washington University in St. Louis, American University. Institutions they will be attending: the University of the Virgin Islands, Oakwood University, Washington University, Tallahassee State College. Intended majors: criminal justice, veterinary science, political science, psychology, business administration, nurses, auto mechanics. Careers and goals: criminal justice lawyer, veterinary technician, cosmetologist, veterinarian, criminal investigator, lawyer, criminal psychologist, entrepreneur, travel nurse, medical technician, automobile mechanic, home repair specialist. The class of 2025 remains standing, please. At this moment, I'm going to call the I would like to call the representative for the class of 2015, and Mr. Tallock, to the podium, please. From Oakwood University. After the presentation from the class of 2015, you will sit briefly, okay? Please sit.
Good night. Congratulations to our 2025 scholarship recipient. We are thrilled to recognize our recipient for her unwavering determination, resilience, passion, and growth. This award is not just a recognition of your achievements, but a celebration of the path you walked and the bright future that you are shaping. On behalf of the class of 2015, we want to congratulate Ms. Alicia Robinson. We want to present Ms. Alicia Robinson with a $1,000 scholarship that will aid her in her future. Can we give another round of applause for her?
Hello, my name is Dr. Gina Spivey Brown, and I have the honor of serving as the 12th president of Oakwood University. Let me begin by saying thank you. Thank you for considering Oakwood. We understand the trust you've placed in us, and I can't tell you how excited I am that as I begin serving this fall, that your student may join me as a fellow Oakwood freshman or returning as an upperclassman. It would be an honor to help enrich your child's collegiate experience beginning this school year as we start this incredible adventure together. Just as I know that this incoming class will infuse incredible energy and curiosity. Hello, my name is Dr. Gina Spivey Brown, and I have the honor of serving as the 12th president of Oakwood University. Let me begin by saying thank you. Thank you for considering Oakwood. We understand the trust you've placed in us, and I can't tell you how excited I am that as I begin serving this fall, that your student may join me as a fellow Oakwood freshman or returning as an upperclassman. It would be an honor to help enrich your child's collegiate experience beginning this school year as we start this incredible adventure together. Just as I know that this incoming class will infuse incredible energy and curiosity into our campus life. Please know that at Oakwood, we don't take your trust lightly. We are fully committed to your academic success. Our classrooms are led by passionate professors, lifelong learners who are mentors, researchers and industry experts who know Jesus. They don't just teach, they pour into our students, helping them think critically, lead boldly, and prepare for a global stage. They get to know our students individually and take an interest in their lives. We create pathways to excellence, such as competitive internships, graduate school pipelines, and aspirational opportunities like the Fulbright Fellowship as an example of our academic excellence. Your child won't just earn a degree at Oakwood. They'll launch a future with Christ as the head, leaving here equipped, confident, and connected. But we also know there's more to a great education than just academics alone. At Oakwood, we take your students' spiritual well-being seriously as we begin Culture Shift 2025. We believe in nurturing the whole person, the harmonious development of the mind, the body, and the soul. Through a variety of spiritual activities such as campus worships, small groups, and student-led ministries, just to name a few, you'll find a safe space to grow in faith and deepen your walk with our Creator God. We know that when faith is strong, nothing is impossible with the God we serve. Perhaps what makes Oakwood most special is our sense of community. This is not just a college campus. We are a home away from home. You as our student will find belonging here. You'll be embraced by peers who become lifelong friends and supported by faculty and staff who genuinely care. At Oakwood, we're a family. And once you are here, you'll always be a part of that family. As a new president, it's important that I also get acquainted with you as our students. I look forward to possibly running on certain mornings with my fellow freshmen and upperclassmen as well. I'll also be a regular in the cafeteria and participating in AYM meetings. And let's mix in some fun with the academic rigor and spiritual activities this year. I look forward to friendly competition, so bring me your best game. So to every parent watching, to every student who's thinking about Oakwood, I want you to know, you're not just welcomed at Oakwood, you are wanted at Oakwood. You'll be seen, you'll be supported, and you'll be challenged to reach your highest potential. And as an alum, I would be honored to be a part of your story. So thank you. Thank you for considering Oakwood University. We can't wait to welcome your family to ours.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Teller, and I'm here to give some money away. What I want you to understand is that we want you to continue this journey. First, I want to praise Ms. Hodges and her staff. I travel all over the world. I see many graduations. But what I do see is I compare you guys to other schools, and you guys are amazing. The support you had for the last 4 years, the examples that you had is by far top 10 out of 600. Okay? So really quick, I want the staff to stand up, just the staff, just stand up, just stand up. That's why we do this. We is unbelievable. In the college environment, we choose what students come here. We choose, we have a GPA level, all these criteria, but this staff has to take whatever is in the community and create amazing kids like you. So I want to personally thank you, and Oprah would like to thank you. Please be seated. All right. So, I'm gonna get some help to give some money away. So come on, young lady. Who allowed her to retire? Y'all couldn't hold it down? Oh my goodness. All right, come on, young lady, you're gonna help us. So, I'm gonna ask you guys to help me. We have a program at Oakwood University, it's a work program. For whatever money that you guys work, we match. So if you, the audience, think that these kids will work when they're in college, they work with $1,500, we match. That's $24,000 more they could get on top of this, $24,000. So what I'm asking you guys, whatever amount I give them, all you have to say is simple, plus 24,000. Can you handle that? All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Plus 24,000. I don't think y'all want to give them any money. I don't think so. I don't think y'all are giving these kids $24,000 on top of what I'm giving them. So can we try it again? 1, 2, 3, plus 24,000. Y'all ready for this? Now, for you people that just want to go anywhere, you want to be a mechanic, I want you to operate on the space shuttle. Okay, that's what I want you to be a mechanic. If you want to check out criminal justice, the FBI is up the street, okay, at Oakwood University. So I want you to raise your level. Whatever you think you need to do, stay within this Christian environment if you can, all right? So the first one is,
Temporary Baptist.
okay, so we're giving her $40,000 plus $24,000.
Naomi Baptist. Sorry, Naomi. Naomi Bastian.
$26,000.
Amali Cricky. Amali
$40,000. $10,000.
Rosalie Faulkner.
$40,000. $36,000. $26,000 plus.
Alicia Robinson.
$40,000.
Caitlin Sabrati.
$48,000. $6,000. Thank you guys for the time. And again, congratulations, class of 2026.
Will the class of 2026 stand, please? I would like to present to the platform guests, the audience, the class of 2026. Would you kindly turn around so everybody can see the incoming seniors? Okay, turn back around. One of the many things we believe in around here is tradition. So I would like for each one of you to come out front, please. Just walk out and stand right in front. On the ground floor. The class of 2025, stand please. Now we will see if you need to go back for your next year. Come forward, please. Chris. All the pictures have been taken. Okay, will the juniors come back so
strengthen our hearts, and kindness shape our journeys. I ask that you please let us go forward with hope, serve with purpose, and shine our lights wherever we go. In your name I pray, amen. You may be seated. Or not.
So that's up to you.
I saw it. You